David, you should know me well enough to know I'm going to ask this. A lot of people are going to watch Florida State for the first time just because those teams have not been in the playoff mix. A lot of people out there just watch their team and watch the best games, but this is showcased on a Friday night. So a lot of newcomers, a lot of new viewers. So give us a couple Gators to look out for.
Yeah, especially if you're on the Florida State side and you haven't watched Florida. You're going to know the name Etienne because of his brother at Clemson. So, Trevor Etienne, the brother of Travis Etienne at Clemson, definitely watch out for him, especially, as I said, if Florida's going to have to rely on running the ball if they've got some injuries at the wide receiver position there. So I think Trevor Etienne's the name at the running back position you definitely watch out for. Montrell Johnson, the other main running back for the Gators, transferring from Louisiana to Florida. And look, they've been a great 1-2 punch for the Gators so far this year. Like I said, you go back to last week, you won't see it versus Vanderbilt. But if you want a holistic look, throw that game out the window. Those guys have gotten it done game in and game out for the Gators. Offensive line, you look at Osiris Torrance, one of the best offensive linemen in the country. He's going to be a day 1, day 2 pick in the NFL draft coming up. And on defense, Brenton Cox, the 5-star transfer from Georgia, got dismissed about a month ago. And you've had some young guys, Antoine Powell-Ryland step up and play really well in Brenton Cox's absence of this team, and also Princely Umanmielen there as far as the edge goes for Florida on the defensive line. And those guys are going to have a lot on their plate, Mark, as I mentioned earlier, with this FSU run game and how much they run the counter and how much they want to get outside sometimes and run around the edge with their running backs. And those two guys I just named on defense are going to have their hands full. They're going to have to play discipline. They're going to have to set the edge. They're going to have to make tackles that they missed last week. And so those are the guys that I think, Mark, the guys that I named there, I think you should really key on both sides of the ball for the Gators.
The only stat I wrote down from the Vandy game, I couldn't believe it, 2.1 yards per carry, as you said.
Florida was averaging, Mark, about 6 yards a carry. They were one of the country's best as far as that goes. They didn't get Richardson involved enough with his legs, either design runs, whether he didn't want to run, whether enough 50-50, zone read decisions where he probably should just be more aggressive and keep the ball at times. But, Mark, I think when you get to that point, you get a slow start in the run game. It doesn't look like it's there. I think Florida came out the second half, and Anthony Richardson ran the first 2 plays. You could tell it was, all right, we're going to run you coming out of the locker room. Why couldn't that have been done, on the sideline and getting prep for another drive? Why couldn't that go earlier in the game? Why did it take that long to make that adjustment? We know the type of weapon he can be with his legs. Florida can't wait that long to really get him going. And, he helps the running backs. He helps the offensive line as well. And, Mark, on that note, while we're on this game, hey, look, this is probably the last time we see Anthony Richardson playing in a game for the Gators. I know up and down performance this year, but NFL drafts analysts and scouts still put that first-round grade on him a whole lot. I don't see it. I think it benefited him a whole lot if he came back, played another year. If the NFL team's going to draft him, you're not drafting him to play next year. You better be drafting him to sit on the bench for 2 years and learn as much as he can. He is not an instant plug-and-play guy at the quarterback position. He's got so much to learn. Hey, but look, if you're a first-round, you're getting those picks, you're getting that draft grade, you're throwing $30 million in my face, I'll probably not turn it down either. But, just on the football aspect of it, Mark, it's all potential.
Absolutely. Good stuff here. David Waters, Gators Breakdown. You got to lock it in right here on YouTube or your favorite audio platform. David, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the game. We'll be watching, and we'll see you soon.
Have a good one too, Mark. Thanks.